If you're planning on visiting London, no doubt one of your biggest questions is, where should I stay while visiting London? Now, London is huge, and choose the wrong area, you could be stepping straight out of your hotel into crowds, noise, and busy touristy streets from morning to night. So in this video, I'm going to show you 4 of the best areas to stay in London that gives you the perfect balance of safety, great transport, and that central London location. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which area is right for your London trip. So let's start with one of my favourite neighbourhoods in central London, Kensington. Now, if you're looking for a classic London neighbourhood right in central London, High Street Kensington is very hard to beat. This is an area that has been home to members of the royal family for generations, and it's where you find Kensington Palace. So straight away, you're already in one of London's most prestige locations. Now, Kensington is also widely considered as one of the safest and most comfortable areas to stay. And location-wise, you've got some of London's best attractions right on your doorstep. Now, in South Kensington, you'll find within walking distance Natural History Museum, the Victoria and Albert Museum, the Science Museum, and the Royal Albert Hall. Now, there's even the Design Museum, which sits right at the end of High Street Kensington. So if you're travelling with children, this makes things very easy for you. Now, one thing many visitors don't realise is Kensington has its own high street. It's full of shops, restaurants and cafes, so you don't need to head into the busy West End to find somewhere nice to eat. And one of the biggest advantages of staying here is the green spaces, as Kensington has plenty. You've got Kensington Gardens, which is at its best in early mornings before all the crowds arrive. Then there's Holland Park, with plenty of spaces to sit, relax, read a book. And then there's Hyde Park, which is over 350 acres of open space right there in central London. Now, getting around is also very easy. Now, South Kensington Station connects to the District Line, Circular Line and Piccadilly lines, so you can reach places like Westminster in around 10 minutes. And Heathrow Airport too, which is directly on the Piccadilly line. Now, if you're staying closer to the High Street Kensington Station serves the District Line. Now, in terms of accommodation, you'll find everything from mid-range hotels to more luxury options. It's not the cheapest area in London, but you're paying for a location that's safe, beautiful and convenient. So if you want a calm neighbourhood that feels very central, Kensington is a great choice. If you want to stay right in the centre of London, Marylebone and Mayfair are 2 fantastic options. Now, Marylebone is one of those rare places that somehow feels like a small village sitting inside a giant city. You've got independent cafes and restaurants and shops all along Marylebone High Street. Now, if you decide to stay in Marylebone, you're within walking distance of Regent's Park's stunning Queen Mary's Rose Garden, a must-see. There's also Madame Tussauds, the Wallace collection. It's an impressive collection of fine art, furniture and armour, all housed in the formal home of the Wallace family. This is truly a must-see. Now, there's also the Sherlock Holmes Museum and the Beatles Museum. Now, location-wise, this is where it gets really good, as it's just a few minutes walk from Regent's Park, which acts as a buffer between the busy West End areas like Oxford Street, Piccadilly Circus, and at the same time, you've got Baker Street right on your doorstep. So you're surrounded by things to see and do, without feeling like you're right in the middle of that London's chaos. Now, getting around is also very easy here, Baker Street Station has you well connected with 5 underground lines. And you also got Regent's Park Station, just a few minutes walk from Marylebone High Street. So overall, Marylebone gives you that perfect balance, that central, well connected, but still calm and very easy to enjoy. Now, Mayfair is at London's most luxurious. This is where you'll find 5-star hotels, designer and bespoke shopping on Bond Street and Savile Row, along with some of the finest restaurants in the city. It's also one of the safest and most central neighbourhoods in London. So from here, you're very much within easy reach of Oxford Street and Piccadilly Circus and the West End theatres. And even if you're not staying in a luxury hotel, I highly recommend walking through Bond Street. It's one of those most beautiful, elegant corners of London. And it even has its own small public garden, so you can step away from the busy West End for a while. So if you want to feel right in the centre of London life with the option of calm streets or a more luxurious experience, Marylebone and Mayfair are both excellent choices. Now, don't forget, if you're finding this guide helpful and you're starting to get a clear idea of where you may want to stay, do me a quick favour and please hit the like button. Now back to the next choice, Bloomsbury. Now, if you want to stay central but without paying Mayfair prices, Bloomsbury is a really smart choice. It has completely different feel from the other areas. It's quieter, it's more relaxed, and you don't feel like you're constantly surrounded by tourists. As you walk around, you'll notice that there's a slower pace, and then you come across places like Marylebone, a small pedestrian street just across from Houston with these beautiful old buildings, gas lamps, and their little shop fronts. It almost feels like you're stepping back in time. That's what Bloomsbury does really well. It's not loud or flashy, but it keeps you discovering these little moments. And then, just a short walk away, you've got the British Museum. Even from the outside, it's an impressive building. And nearby, you've also got the Foundling Museum, which tells you the story of London's first children's charity. So again, something a bit different to the usual touristy spots. One thing Bloomsbury does really well is its green spaces. There's quite a few, a small garden and squares around the area, but my personal favourite is Russell Square. It's a great place to sit, take a break, and just slows things down a bit. And from here, just a few minutes walk, Fitzroy Hotel. Even if you're not staying there, it's worth seeing just for the architecture alone. The Burnswick Centre is a shopping centre just a few minutes away from Russell Square Station. Great for anything you want or you may have forgotten to pack for your trip. And then there's a few restaurants there also, even a small cinema too. Now, location-wise, you're within walking distance to Covent Garden, Piccadilly Circus and Soho, so you're close to everything without feeling right in the middle of the crowds. Now, getting around is very easy. Russell Square Underground Station connects to the Piccadilly line, which also takes you straight to Heathrow Airport. Now, if you want something central and better value for money, Bloomsbury is definitely the one to consider. Chelsea is actually one of the most desirable neighbourhoods in London. It's located in the southwest part of London and next to Knightsbridge and Kensington. It's known for not only being safe, but stylish and full of character. Now, the main street here is King's Road, and between King's Road and nearby Fulham, you'll find a mix of shops to suit all types of budgets, with plenty of cafes and restaurants in between, so it's a great place to wander. Just nearby, you've got Sloane Square, where you'll find more luxury brands, along with the well-known Peter Jones department store. You also got Versace Gallery here. It's known for showcasing contemporary art, and it's where the likes of Damien Hirst has held his exhibitions of work. Now, one thing you'll notice in Chelsea is the beautiful rows of homes, and then you spot little details like a blue plaque marking where the author like Mary Poppins once lived. Now, Chelsea is also particularly famous in the month of May when the Chelsea Flower Show takes place. Now, during this time, even the local shops get in on the act by decorating their storefronts with elaborate flower displays. Now, in terms of where to stay, Chelsea do have some really lovely options. For example, places like the Chelsea Townhouse, which feels more like staying in someone's home, is tucked away just behind the main street. So you get that quieter, more private feel with still being right in the centre of everything. And getting around is even easy. From Sloane Square, you can walk to Knightsbridge for Harrods and Harvey Nichols in just under 15 minutes. Or if you need a train station, Sloane Square, South Kensington, and even Victoria are all connected to the rest of the London line. So if you're looking for an area that feels a bit more refined but still very central, Chelsea is definitely one to consider. So I hope in this video I have been able to give you a much clearer idea of where you may want to stay in London. Now, there's a few things most visitors are unaware of when visiting London, and it can completely affect your visit. But don't worry, I've got you covered in the next 2 videos coming up, so go and watch one of them, and I'll see you there.